Hey guys, I'm James from Dad BBQ, and today I'm showing you how to spatchcock, dry brine, and roast your turkey on the Kamado Joe. So check it out. Check it out! Alright, we are ready to spatchcock and dry brine our turkey. So first thing we're going to do is remove our turkey from the bag, pat it dry. This will help make it not so slippery to handle, but it'll also help with the skin drying out in the fridge, which we want for our cooking process when we cook this bird tomorrow. And then we're going to season it liberally on both sides. And I'm using Diamond kosher crystal salt. So it's a coarse sea salt, and it's the least salty salt, if that makes any sense. So we get all the tenderizing effects of the sea salt without making the bird something that we don't want to eat. So I'm going to put a link in the description down below. New York Times did a great article on the rise and fall of regular brining, and talking about where dry brining is taken over. I always used to go through the trouble of making a traditional brine and soaking that overnight in a liquid, and I found I like the results from dry brining even more. So that's the process I'm going to share with you today, and I hope you really like it. So let's get started. Okay, so now we are ready to spatchcock our turkey. And so if you've never heard the term spatchcock before, what that means is just removing out the spine section of our bird, and we're going to flatten it out. A little tip to help make that easier is we're going to use some sharp scissors and just nick the wishbone, which will help that rib cage lay completely flat. So let's remove our spine section. Okay, so now we've gone and removed our turkey spine. So we can save this, set it aside if you want to make some turkey stock or something like that. I'm not going to be making that today, so you can discard it. But in general, don't throw this out. You can do lots of great things with it. So now we're just going to remove the gizzards and get ready to flatten this bird out. Okay, so now that we can lay our bird flat, I'm just going to dry it off a little bit more, and then we're ready to season. Okay, we're going to season the bird liberally on both sides with Diamond kosher crystal salt. Okay, so now I'm going to lift this onto the air rack, stretch it out as much as possible, and we're going to put it in the fridge overnight. Let that salt penetrate the meat, as well as some of the air from the fridge, dry out the skins so we get a nice tender flaky skin after we cook this bird. Alright guys, we're ready to put on our seasoning. So I've just made up a little bit of rub. Since we've already dry brined this bird, we don't need any extra salt, so you're going to want to make a rub with no additional salt. So we've got a layer of garlic, onion, some smoked paprika, pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, celery seed, and then just looking at the ratio, I thought I needed a bit more garlic, so we went ahead and added some of that at the end. So we're going to give this a good shake, and then we're ready to season up our turkey. Okay, so I don't know if you can see through the glass, okay, the color, but we get a little bit of red from that paprika, which will help bring out a nice mahogany color when we smoke the turkey. But mostly the consistency is that a little bit of the white from the garlic and the onion. So we're going to season both sides of our turkey, and then we'll be ready to put it on the smoker a little bit later today. This is duck fat spray. If you haven't seen it, you could use olive oil, a little bit of melted butter, or anything else that you like. This is just going to help our rub stick. Okay, our bird's all seasoned up, and as I see it come out there, I forgot what ingredient, added a little bit of thyme. That's a great flavor for a holiday bird. So I'm going to get this set up. We're going to lay it on a V-rack, put it back in the fridge, and get ready to fire up the Kamado Joe. So when we're all set, I'll see you then. Alright guys, we've dry brined our turkey, we've spatchcocked it, we've got it all seasoned up, ready to go. It's time to fire up the Kamado Joe and throw it on the grill. Today we're going to be using the SloRoller, so let me show you how we're going to set up the fire. Okay, so we got our fire starter in our charcoal. Today I'm using a big block charcoal. I haven't filled the basket to its maximum capacity. That just helps with airflow and smoke. And what you can't see underneath this charcoal is we have a large chunk of peach wood for smoke. I like to place the wood at the bottom of the charcoal since as the fire burns down, it smolders and you get smoke longer throughout the cook. Since we're doing a turkey and we don't want too much smoke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the temperature come up a little bit higher than what we want. Maybe start to read upper 400 degrees or so, and that's going to get some radiant heat in the dome that's going to help render out the skin in our turkey. And then we'll shut it down, get it close to the temperature that we want, and then we'll put on our turkey. So let's light it up. Alright, our grill's nearly up to temperature. Again, we're going to overshoot 400 just a little bit. So we're getting pretty good heat in the dome, and that's what I want to help have some radiant heat around our turkey. So let me show you just how we're going to assemble the SloRoller system. So while the fire's still going good and hot, I added a piece of smoking wood right into the coals. I want that to fully ignite. And it might feel like you're just burning wood, but you will get that hint of nice blue smoke throughout the cook. So again, we don't want too much smoke on our turkey. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of heat-proof gloves and assemble our SloRoller system and divide and conquer. Alright, so I'm just going to close this up and then we'll be ready to put on the turkey in a couple of minutes. Alright, we're ready to go. I want to capture a little bit of the drippings from our turkey, so what I'm going to do is just on top of the SloRoller, put a few aluminum foil balls that I made of just crunching up some tin foil to prop up so there's an air gap on the top of the SloRoller. Throw in a little bit of a drip tray, and that'll allow us to capture some of our turkey drippings without them all just burning up, being exposed to the direct heat. Put our grid back in the top position on the divide and conquer system, and let's get our turkey in position here. So I'm just going to position this where we're happy with it. Hey guys, thanks so much for coming along for today's video. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button, subscribe to catch future videos. Let me show you our finished product. But as you can tell, this bird is ready to go in, rest, and we're going to slice and serve it. So thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.